Hello guys, welcome in this lecture for ArcGIS 10.1, 10.2, 10.3. This is the number 5. In this lecture we are going to talk about attribute data, how to input the attribute data for each feature. We start from opening the attribute window. Click on your layer and choose Open Attribute Table. Alright, this is the table of my points shapefile or my points layer. I have some fields here. This is a TXT field, numbers. These fields are containing numbers. How to input data to each feature in this map. We have many methods. We start from the first one. I will select one feature in the map. It must be showing in this table as a selected record. I will go down. Alright, this record represents this feature. I can input data to this record by I will start editing first, so I can input my data. Start editing. I will choose my points and click OK. Okay, now start editing is start. I'm now in editing season. I can double click on this cell and write the TXT for this point, something like point underscore 1. Okay, this is this field, the name field now contain the name for this point. I can select another point and input its data. Okay, this is the first method. I can input also numbers. If I choose this feature, something like this feature, double click and use something like 12. Okay, it's 12 now. This is the first way. I will input data cell by cell. But sometimes I have some features have the same data. Something like, for example, if those features have the same name, the name of those features all is point 1, something like this, or any text. I can select this point, right click on the field and choose field calculator. Okay, now in this field I will input the name for those points. Okay, something I will use double quotation. It is a TXT field. I must use double quotation. Okay, I will say something like point 1 and finish with double quotation. I will press OK. I will see that the same name appears in the selected records. Okay, this is for input data for many records in one time. I can select other features. Okay, I select 3 features. Now I just see one record because the other records it's above. Okay, I can show only the selected feature from this button. Show only selected records. This is the selected records, 3 features, 3 records. I can input the name or the number, something like this. The number is 13. I will choose OK. Now I can see it is 13. If I want to see all the records, I press this button. This is all the records for my shapefile. Okay, this is the simple way, the simplest way to input data. Sometimes I will need to input data by some equation, some formula. Okay, I will select, for example, those features, and I want to input the number in this field from equation. Alright, my equation will be something like 2 multiplied by the number of ID. 2 multiplied by the number of ID. I will put this equation in this field. I will click here, field calculator. Okay, clean this. I will choose my equation. It is FID. Double click on the FID field. I will choose multiply from here. I will press on the 2 key from my keyboard. I will choose now OK. You will see now the numbers. It is 2 multiplied by 18. It's become 36. 38 and 8. 2 by 4 it's 8. You can input the data by a single value or multi-values, multi-features for multi-features, or you can input data by equations. These are the methods to input data in your attribute table. There are another type to input data. For example, if I want to put the x coordinate for each point in this map, I want the x coordinate and input this information in this field. Okay, I will now clear all selections. I will press on the X field. I choose calculate geometry because I am going to calculate the geometry properties of my features. Because I am in a point feature, I will see in this menu the x coordinate of point, the y coordinate of the point. I will choose the x coordinate of the point. Now he asking you, what is the coordinate system you want to use for the number, for this number that will show in the X field? You can use the same coordinate system of the shapefile or the layer. It is GCS, Geographic Coordinate System, or you can use the data frame coordinate system. It is a UTM, Projected Coordinate System. And you can choose the units. The units, I will choose the kilometers. Okay, I will press OK. I will see the x coordinate for each point in the map showing in this field, in that field. I can repeat for the y coordinate. I will choose calculate geometry, choose the y coordinate of the point. I will choose the coordinate system of the data frame, or I can choose it from the same shapefile. It is a GCS. If I choose a coordinate system, a geographic coordinate system, I cannot use anything more than a decimal degree for units. I will use this. Press OK. Okay, this is the coordinate y, the y coordinate for all the points, but in the GCS WGS coordinate system. Okay, this methods to input data to your attribute table. I can do the same for the line features. Open attribute table. I can do the same for the line features. I just input the data in this field, the number field. Okay, and the other fields by the same way. If I want to know the length of each line, okay, this is the line shapefile. If I want to input the length of each line in my map in this field, the length, it is a geometric property, so I will use calculate geometry. From calculate geometry, I can choose even the length, the x coordinate for the start point, the y coordinate for the start point, the x coordinate end point, y coordinate end point, and the x coordinate for the midpoint, and y coordinate of the. I will choose the length, and I will use the coordinate system of the shapefile or the data frame. It is the same. I will press OK. Now I have the length in meter. If you remember, I just choose calculate geometry. It is the meters units. Okay, this is the length of each line in meters. Okay, I can use the same methods to input data for a polygon feature. If I want to input the area for each polygon, okay, this is my polygons. I want to input the area of each polygon in this field. I will choose calculate geometry. Now I can choose the area or the parameter of the polygons, x coordinate of the centroid and y coordinate of the centroid. I can choose the area. I use the coordinate system of the shapefile. My area will be in square meter. I can choose something else like hectares. Okay, I will choose square meters. It's okay to me. Okay, now I have the area for each polygon in meters and square meters. This is the input methods that I can use to input data to my attribute tables. There are some other methods to input data. I can bring data from external tables. For example, if I have an Excel table, this table in Excel, and it's contain data for the streets, like for example the traffic density in one day, from 6 to 12, from 12 to 6, and from 6 to 6. Okay, I need to use this field, the ID field. I use this field. These numbers must be available in the attribute table for the shapefile. The street shapefile must have the same numbers from like this. ArcGIS will use this field and another field in the attribute table to make the relationship between these records and the records of the shapefile. So if I go to the shapefile, my shapefile, streets, like for example, I can use this method with polygons or points, anything. Okay, I will use this field, the field of numbers, this field, I will use this field. Okay, for example, this field, this record have a number of 119. So when I import the data from Excel file and join this data to this table, it will take this number 119. It is this one. Okay, he will put this record for this record, and the same way for other numbers in that field. Okay, with Excel files I can choose the join method. I cannot use the relate methods. I can choose only the join method. The join method will bring the table from Excel and put it together with this table, with this records, with these fields. How to use this? Okay, just go. I can use it in different ways. First, I will add the Excel table. Sorry. For this, I need to go to Excel. Now I should select all these data, these cells. I should select them and choose a name for these fields. Choose a name for this area, something like my data. Okay, and press enter. Now I have address for this area. It is my data. Okay, I will save now. Now it is okay. I just go to ArcGIS. I can add this table to my projects by clicking on, this is the Excel file I showed you previously. This is the same Excel file. I will press double click on this Excel file. I will see this table, my data. This represents the table of the data I choose before, like this. It is my data. I will add only this table to my ArcGIS, to the ArcMap. Okay, I will use my data and press add. You will see now, this is the table of my data. This is the Excel table. I will choose open. Okay, you see now, it is the Excel file. Now, if you want to don't add this project to ArcMap, it is okay, no problem with this. I will join this table to the street tables. To the street table, sorry, open attribute table. This is table, this is street table. I will join this table, my data table, to this table by identifying the number field and the number of ID. Sorry. Open. Okay, this is the ID field. The relationship will be on this field, ID from my data, and the number in the shapefile attribute window. I go to the shapefile attribute window and choose join and relate. Join and relate. I will choose join. With Excel files, I can choose only the join. Relate didn't work with the Excel files. I will explain this later. Okay, now I will choose this option, join attributes from a table. This table. What is the field to make this join? I will choose the number. It is the name of the field in my table, in shapefile table. Okay, I will make a join with the my data. I can choose anything here. I will choose my data. The field in the my data table for the relation, it is the ID field. The ID field. I will choose to keep all records. Keep all records. It means if you find some records in my data and they are not available in the attributes table, or if there is some records in the attribute table and these records have a number in the number field that didn't match with the my data table, he will keep these records and not disappear. I will choose now OK. You will see that a new fields are added to the attribute table of the streets like this. Okay, you can see, for example, this is number, it is 123, the same as in the ID, 123, 119, 119, 112, 112. Now each records in my attribute table has a new data from the Excel file, from the Excel table. With Excel table, you cannot make any updates to these data. The data that comes from the Excel table, you cannot update these data from ArcMap. You should close ArcMap and go back to Excel to update them. Why? The problem is that Excel did not a database application. It is not a database application. There is no field in Excel. There is no field in Excel. It is we called it the auto increment field. Something like this. If you see the FID table in ArcMap or in Access or SQL Server or Oracle, we have some fields called auto increment field. But in Excel, this field not available. So it is just a joining by two fields, the number fields and the ID field, are not totally correct. I'm sorry, I don't know the English word correctly, but it is something like, it is not joining effective joint. It is not an effective joint with Excel. But with Access or SQL Server or Oracle, no. It is a good connection, joining or relate, and you can update data from ArcMap, and these updates will go to the Access or SQL Server. Okay, now we made our join. If you want to remove this join, it is easy. Just go to the join and relate and choose remove joins with my data. Or you can choose remove all joins if you have more than one join. Okay, I will remove now. Remove it. Okay, it is just come back to the first shape, the attribute table with no Excel table. This is the join method with the Excel tables. Now if I want to make a join with Access tables, I have an Access tables. This Access table, it is in an old version. It is 2003 version of Microsoft Office. ArcGIS, ArcMap can work with these versions or the oldest, not the new versions. Okay, this is my table. You can see in the Access table I have a number, a field called OID. This is the OID. It is auto number field. All database applications have this field. So where I can use this field with ArcMap, this table with ArcMap, and I can update data from ArcMap, and these updates will come to Access directly. Okay, now I will make a join with this table. It is easy way. Same like before, I can add the table from Access to ArcMap or not. If you want to add it, it is not a problem. I will add it to show you. I will go to the Access table. This is the Access table. Double click on this Access and you will see the tables in that database, Access database. I will choose my table, click add. You will see now this is my table from Access. I will open it. Okay, this is my table from Access application. I can now make a join. You can choose not to add this table to ArcMap, and you can choose it later from the browse button. It is not a problem. Okay, I will go to streets. You can do these methods with the points features, line feature or polygon feature. It is not in the same way. I will choose to make a join. First we will start from adding a join. Okay, now I will choose join. From the Access, from the attribute table of the shapefile, I will choose join. Okay, now I will join attribute from a table. I will select the attribute in my layer. It is the numbers. Sorry, the numbers, no. Okay, there is a problem. It is a simple problem. It's actually I will make a relation between this table, the access table, and the ArcMap by this field, the ID field, and my number is from 1 to 5. So I must choose a field in ArcGIS containing numbers from 1 to 5. Actually, I made this with the polygon feature. I have this field, okay, this field number in the polygon features. I can make a join from the axis to this field. If I want to make the join with the street table, I have to input a new field and input numbers from 1 to 5 and make the join with the axis table. I will go now to the master plan polygon feature. This is my attribute table. This is the field that will contain the join. I will press on this button, choose join. I will choose the field from using the ID from my attribute table, and from this menu I will choose the table from axis. Okay, now I will choose the field in axis that containing the relationship field. It is the ID field, and I will choose keep all records. Click on OK. Now you can see all the data from axis. It just come and joining to the data in the attribute table of the master plan shape file. We can make some updates. To the axis data from ArcMap. I can click here, edit feature, start editing. Do you want to save your edits in the last season? I will say it yes. Now I will start editing in the axis database. Okay, I will click open. Now I can update data in this table. This is the axis table. I can choose if you want this number to ID, the ID number 2. I will change this number to 0. Remember that it was 33333. I will change it to 0. Okay, I will choose save. From edits, I will choose save edits. I will save the edits in the axis file. I close this. If I go back to the street, to the polygons, and click on open attribute table, look for number 3, ID number 3. You will find that one field, sorry, number 3. Alright, it is the ID. Oh, sorry. Open attribute table, I choose the wrong field in the join order. Okay, go to the join, remove all joins. I will add another join. Sorry for this join. I will choose the field. It is the ID field in the axis file. I will choose it from here, my table. It is ID. This is my error. I choose ID in the previous. I must choose the number field in the attribute table. If you see in the attribute table, it is the number field, the field that names a number. It's containing the relationship data between my attribute table and the axis table. I choose just the number. This is the number. Okay, and the ID from axis file, axis table, I will choose OK. Now you can see you have the relation between your attribute table and the axis table. Okay, if you see that number 3, the number 3, I changed something in number 3. Sorry, it is now in number 2. I will go to my table. I will choose open. Okay, number 2, it's now containing the 0. I can change this 0. If you remember, if you see number 2, all the numbers in number 2, it's all 0. I can update this data from my axis. I can choose another number, something like 121212. I will save edits. When I go back to the master plan, I will see everything is changed, updated. Even if I update the data from axis, if I go to axis and update my data, see, this is my update. I will update another number, something like this. Okay, I will change it to 0. Remember, ID number 4. the field AAA, it is 0, I will choose save. Okay, after saving, I will see number 4. It is, I must close it and reopen the attribute table. I will see for the 4, this is the 4. Okay, number 4, and the data, what did I did? Okay, it is the field AAA, I choose save. Open attribute table, go to the number 4. You will see in the field AAA, okay, there's no update. Maybe I need to close. Open attribute table, make some refresh. Okay, I have a refresh here. Okay, maybe if I close the share file, open attribute table, join and relates. This is my join, number 4. I will add the join again, join, sorry for this, number, my table, ID, I will choose OK, number 4, welcome. Okay, there are a problem in the Axis, it is that doesn't update the data from Axis. Okay, update, close it, open it again, number 4 and the field AAA. Okay, now I should see a 0 number here for the number 4, ID number 4, but it is not appears. I will see this later and told you about this problem. Okay, this is the join method from ArcGIS to Axis and to Excel. There are another method to make a relation. A relation, it's mean every table will be isolated from the other table. The table from Axis will be isolated from the table in the ArcGIS, the master plan or streets table. But there are a method to make the connection between them. I will show you this example and I hope you understand me. Okay, I will open attribute table and this is the attribute of the streets. Now I will choose relate, not the join. I will choose the relate. In the relate, I will choose to relate from my table. Okay, I should use the table. I will make a relate with the Axis, so I will need to use the master plan attribute table because I have this field. It is have numbers like the ID numbers in the Axis file. Clear selection. Okay, now I just remove the join, remove all. Okay, now if I made a relate, okay, from this field I will use the number, the field name number. I will choose my data, my table from Axis. I will choose the ID table. I will name this relation something I must understand, a new name. You can choose any name, A Y Y Y. You can choose any name. Okay, now I have a relation between my table, attribute table, and the Axis table. How can I use this relation? You can see now the attribute table, it's the same as the old one. There is no new fields added to this table. I can just select this feature. I want to see this record data in the Axis file. I just go to this button and choose this relation, and this will show me the attribute data for that record in the Axis table. This is a relation between the Axis table and my attribute table. Okay, I can choose more than one feature. Maybe I can choose this two features, 3 and 4, and choose the relation. I will get two features, two records from the access table. It is the ID number 3 and the ID number 4, and this is the data for each feature. I can show you all of them. This is the selected features, the data of the selected features, and this the rest data on the access table. Okay, this is the join and the relate method between ArcMap and other databases. You can, with Access, you can make updates. The relations are effective, but with Excel, because Excel don't contain the auto increment field, so we can choose only the join method, and we cannot make any updates to the Excel from ArcMap. Okay. If we have something, I will show you something in the attribute table. If you select some fields like this, you can clear this selection from this button, or if you want to switch selection, select the records are not selected and deselect these selected records. You can choose just this button, switch selection. He will switch the selection. Okay, clear selection. I have explained these tools. I can show only the selected features or all features in the table or records in the table. In this menu, I can use the find and replace to look for some values in my table. Select by attribute, I will explain this later. Switch selection, select all, add field. If I'm not in the edit season, I can add field from this order, add new fields to my table. Okay, if I want to hide some field, I will hide this field. I will choose this one and choose turn off, turn field off. It just make this field hidden. I can show this field again by putting the mouse pointer in this location. If you can see this shape of the mouse pointer, it means I will change the width of the field. But if I move little bit to the left, to the right, you can see now the shape of the mouse pointer is changed to this shape. Now I can show you, okay, this one. Okay, it's not a problem. I can go to this button and ask ArcMap to make all fields on. Okay, now it just come back here. I will make it turn field off. I will go to this location. Okay, turn field off. It is now hidden. I can choose this and re-show the field. Okay. If you want to make some fields not disappear, if you have a small window for the table, you can see when you are moving this slide bar, the fields in the beginning are disappeared when you move. If you want some fields to be static in this side of the table and not disappear, something like the number field, okay, I will click on the number field and choose the freeze and freeze column. Now you can see the number field, it is the first one, clear selection. And when you drag this slide bar, the number field is not disappeared like this. Okay, you can choose another field to make it freeze. More than fields. Okay. Now I have two fields not disappeared when I am using the slide bar. Field calculator, we explained this, calculate geometry and the other tools. If you want to delete this field, you can press this button, but remember, when you delete the field, there is no undo method. There is no undo method. When you delete it, it's just gone. You cannot repeat it back. Okay, relate table, we can choose the join and relates, create graph, we will explain this later, add table to layout, reload cache, export, import. You can export your table to another database shape, like database file. I will choose export. You can export this data from this attribute table to another, export. I will choose the file to export. You can choose one of these type: database table, info table, txt file, file database table, SDE table, and file. This is the database table, DBF file. You can export your data to a DBS file. It is an old version from database tables. I will choose cancel, cancel. Okay, now we are going to explain something about the tools, the summarize tools and the statistic tools. Okay, I will go now. This. I will use now this map, this city map of an attribute table. It is, sorry, these names are in Arabic. No, we will not need these. We are considering in these two tables, actually in this table and the land area table. I will explain it to you. I will show the map now. Zoom to layer. Okay, this is my map. This is my map. If I want to see, I will open attribute table. Okay. For each polygon in this city, I have these fields. It is the general land use. This field, the general land use. I have another field represent the area for each feature in the map. This is the area of each feature in this map. If I want to see the statistic of any field, like the area, the statistic of this field, I just right-click on the field and choose statistic. Now I can see that there are 5,335 features in the map. This is the count number. The minimum land area, it is 96. The maximum land area is 623,000 meter or square meter. The summation of all land areas of all features, the area of all features, this is the area of all features in the map, and this is the mean value, and this is the standard deviation of the land area field. I can choose another field, something like construction area, and he will give me another numbers representing the minimum, maximum, and the summation of all construction area of the construction area field, this field. Alright, this is the statistic field, the statistic tool. Now I'm going to explain to you the summarize tool. It is very important. If I want to dissolve my city, dissolve or something like, I don't know the English word. If I want to know, if you see now the general land use, I have educational lands, I will sort them. Okay, this is the actual agricultural lands. Okay, we'll extend. Sorry. Okay, this is the actual agricultural lands. This is the markets. This is the markets in my city. If I want to make a table that show me the summation of area for all agricultural lands, and the summation area of the markets, and the summation area of the educational lands, this educational lands, we call this table the summarized table. Okay, this is the educational lands. I want to make a new table, shows me the summation area for educational lands, for the general routes, for the green lands, and for the agricultural lands, something like this. I will go to my field, general land use. You can choose any field to make your summarize. I will clear selection first, right click and choose summarize. In this field I will make my summarize. It is the field of general land use. You must see this name here, the name of the field. My summarize will contain the summation area of the field that named land area. I will choose summation. If you want the summation of the constructed area for each feature, each land type, okay, we have the fields, all the fields from my table. I can choose any field and select what I want. Alright, I will choose something like the average. Okay, I want the average, the summation and the average area for the construction area and land area for each feature. I will show you the average and summation for each feature in my map, but this table will be represent the general land use, the educational lands will be in one group. I will choose now, okay, this is the output table. I can choose my output table from this field. Okay, I will choose now, okay. I will show you the summarized table. I hope you understand me. He asked me to add this table to ArcMap. I will say yes. Load this. Okay, this is my summarized table. I will choose open. Now you can see the agricultural lands in my map. It is 7 lands. Number of lands is 7. The average land area, it is this number, the average land area for the all agricultural lands, and this is the summation land area for all the lands. This is the average construction area for my lands, and this is the summation of construction land area. The same thing for commercial lands. I have 8 features. The CU, it's 1 features. Compact units. Educational lands is 36. General laws, 5 features. Green lands, it's 42 features. And this is the data are summarized for this types. Okay, this is the summarized table from my attribute table. I hope you understand me, and this lecture be helpful to you. I hope see you in the next lecture. Thank you for listening, and goodbye.